and welcome back to another edition of Oscar Talks. Oscar Talk. Well, it's actually Oscar Talk, just like that. But I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you for tuning in. And if you are new on the stream and this podcast, welcome. This is a podcast that came out of the need of connecting with the community. Through the pandemic and before I got sick, I decided that it was a moment to talk to everyone. So I was trying to find a way to do it. So those days, we were doing a fundraiser for Valley Youth Theater. We will get to that in 1 second. And then I spoke with my good friend, Carrie Pena, and then she told me, do you know there is a stream platform that you can create your own stream, and it just looks like you can go to any single portal, and it's just basically like TV. And then I combined that with another two softwares that I use to create videos, and here we are. I started at the very beginning of the pandemic, and my goal here is just to use this window to highlight organizations and people that do good for the community. More so with the world of arts, which we all know that due to the pandemic have had a very difficult time and still is having a very difficult time trying to go back live, as they say it, go back to stage, go back to perform. So not only them, but also the nonprofits that they're very dear to our heart that are having terrible issues trying to go back or are suffering through all this. So you know, and if, like I said, if you are new on this is how all this happens. So this is our second floor at home. There you go. I don't know if you know that this is our office in the second floor, and we decided to use these as our office. Sometimes Gary's upstairs, sometimes I'm downstairs, or sometimes there are the two of us here. We need distance. We need a little bit of distance between the two of us. So before I continue with today's shows, I'm going to show you. I'm going to recognize two people that won yesterday or were nominated. I won an award. One of them is Christine Adwell Ford, who we had the great pleasure to have with us here in the show. The last, it was the last show right here. So you can see, you can go to my blog. By the way, if you miss any of the episodes, you can go to my blog. It's called whatwouldoscardo.com. And the name of the blog is thanks to my wonderful husband, Gary Jackson, who came up with the idea of the name of it, because I get a lot of texts and a lot of messages of, hey, Oscar, what do I do with this? What do I do with that? And a resource for the community. So I'm very happy that I was able to create this other platform. That's how everything started. And then it became this, et cetera, et cetera. But you can go to this website, whatwouldoscardo.com, and you can watch all of the podcasts in rerun. They're still there. I'm not planning on taking them down, but you can also watch this podcast on YouTube Live, and we will remain on YouTube. The second one is Twitch, which I don't use much, but it is there. It's also on Twitter, Facebook Live, my page, and Facebook Live, another page that I have for kind of like personality kind of thing. But anyway, so back to this. Congratulations, Christine Adwell Ford, that won Governor Arts Award yesterday. And you can see, if you can go click down here on her little icon, you can see the interview and my notes after the interview and after the podcast. And also, we want to say congratulations to Mr. Bob Cooper, who got a Lifetime Achievement Award. And this was my interview with Bob Cooper months back. And this is when we were getting ready for the Valley Youth Theater, kind of like a marathon. It was just a long fundraiser with all the kids singing. It was fantastic. And we're planning, I'm part of the committee. Risa Costis is the chairwoman of this initiative. And then you can click here and then you can watch that interview with Bob Cooper. So kudos, Bob Cooper. Congratulations, the two of you. And thank you for giving me the time to talk to you and to tell the community your story. But talking about stories, this is the reason why I am very fond of our guests today. It is not, and I'm sure you guys saw the previews, it is not one person, but instead is an institution, it is a program, it is a group of people with a fantastic staff that is a national organization that has chapters through the country. And we happen to have one here in Arizona. I'm going to give you this is my personal story, why I said yes. We have to skip 1 year. Yeah, 2020. So 4 years ago, I sat down with who's the director of this institution, and then she invited me we talked about over lunch. And we talked about many subjects. This was an invitation coming from Nicole Stanton. Thank you, Nicole. I knew about this institution. I knew about them, but I didn't know the behind the scenes of the institution and the programs. I'm sorry, I'm calling it institution because I'm lacking of words right now. But I realized at that moment that, wait a minute, this is part of my life. I've gone through something similar like this, but it was never said it was an institution. So Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Central Arizona matches older people or older professionals and older people from the community with young people, young persons. So it creates mentorship. And that mentorship, that bond, could last from the moment that a big and a little are put together throughout a lifetime. Why do I tell you that it was part of my life? The reason that I'm in the States is because who was my boss when I was working for the American Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, he became my mentor. He was the person who allowed me to come to the States and open the doors of his house for me to come and stay here for 6 months and write my thesis project. He became my mentor. While I was in Spain and in Europe, we kept contact back then via letters, via notes. And he was always asking me, how are you? What's going on? He was not my dad. He was not my mom. He was not anyone from my family. It was someone removed. And he helped me through the process. When I came here, he and his wife opened the door of their home. I had food, a place to stay, and the ability to talk to him about my future. He was in construction. I'm an architect. I was his interior finishes superintendent, and I became the interior finishes architect for some of the extra work that I did with him. But anyway, so that is my story, and that's the reason that I said, you know what? We all need a mentor. We all need someone to talk to that is not part of our family, and someone who we can trust, believe, build trust, believe, and someone who can be part of our family, of our life, without being family, but become family. Anyway, so I'm going to show you a quick video, and we're going to talk to the director, the president and CEO of Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Central Arizona. And I have very special guests. So I'm going to run this quick video, which is, I hope you stay with me through all this because it's quite the video. And that was the video, and that's dear to my heart because it's someone who believes in your potential. So with me from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Arizona, the president and CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters, the wonderful, beautiful, powerful, the woman who makes it happen. I know she's like Laura Capello.
Oh my gosh. I love you, Oscar. Thank you. Oh my
Thank
God.
you for tuning in.
Oh, my pleasure. Things are a lot less stressful when you just have to jump on your computer screen, right?
Yeah, I know, but I see, it's part of life these days. I think we all know how to do this by now, even
Yeah.
though sometimes we're like, hey, your microphone is off. What's
Yeah,
going
I
on?
know. Well, a year of virtual and I still struggle because my internet went out and I was on my phone, on my computer. So I'm all here now. So
Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you for,
yeah.
for being with us, and thank you for this time on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh,
I
my
just wanted
pleasure.
to, of course, I just wanted to ask you quickly.
Mhm.
Define for me, I tried, but it was just very close
Oh
to
my
my
God, you
heart.
did amazing. You did amazing. You
So
did amazing.
define for me what is Big Brothers Big Sisters.
I mean, what you said, it really it kind of melted my heart listening to you because your words were so right on. And that is what really led me to this amazing organization as well. I've been here most of my professional career. This is my second. I've been CEO now for 9 years. And, mentors, I mean, we all need mentors, all of us. I mean, mentors are there to listen to us, to guide us, to to kind of show us the way sometimes. I mean, I've had powerful and amazing mentors throughout my whole life. And so this organization does that same thing for children.
So then how do you become a mentor? That's the first question that I have.
Yeah. How does someone become a mentor in
Yeah,
our organization?
in your organization.
So really the need, you want to be a mentor. And then the children who come to us really want a mentor. So it's something that they both have to want. And you just have to spend a couple times a month with them. I'm a big sister. So that's the best way that I can describe it. So I'm a big sister. I met my little sister when she was 8 years old. They matched us because we had a lot in common. We were both very chatty. We both liked a lot of the same things. And we hit it off immediately. And I met with her in our school-based program, which I met with her every Tuesday. So I brought her lunch sometimes we ate in the cafeteria. We played games. I helped her with her homework. We talked about, she was in 4th grade, I believe at the time. And it was great. And now she's getting ready to graduate from high school.
Wow.
We've been matched this whole time. And, our activities have changed throughout the years. We've been bowling. We've been to the zoo many times. We've been we'll go to lots of movies. Now we go to lunch and we shop for clothes and makeup.
Things have changed, but the connection is there.
But the connection is there, and that's what it's all about. All it is I'm not there to change Ramaya. I'm not there to, lead her down a path that I think she should take. I'm there to show her what is already inside of her, to bring out her own potential and to just guide her into whatever she wants to do in life, that she can do it. She just needs to work hard.
So then how long will this match will go on? Forever? I mean, your entire life, right?
Forever. I mean, she's a part of my life forever. And, it's really funny because now that she'll be 18 on April 5th. So now I have to call her and say, do you have time for me?
So this is so funny because you are with someone that is removed from the family, but still feels like family. How many other brothers and sisters, since you are the president and the CEO, how big is the pool, let's say, from Big Brothers and Big Sisters? And I know that you're needing brothers, right?
Oh, definitely. Okay. So we're really excited. We're one of the largest Big Brother, Big Sister agencies across the country, and there are about 300 of them. And we have about 1,000 matches a year that volunteer. So that's amazing. But we do have a great need for men to volunteer because we have a lot of young boys waiting. Most of those boys are in West Phoenix and South Phoenix. So that's the difficult part that we have. And I always love to get it. I always love coming on to talk about it because people don't understand. So someone might call us that lives in a certain zip code. And they might, and it's a big brother and he doesn't understand. Maybe there might be a little bit of a wait for him, but it's because most of the boys that are waiting right now might be in the West Valley. And our valley's huge. And we want to make sure that we set up a match for success, right from the beginning. Yep. And so we don't want to match somebody that lives in Gilbert to someone that might live way West Phoenix, because the chances that they can see them on a regular basis might be a little harder. And these kids go through so much already before they come to our program. I mean, a lot of them deal with a lot of trauma. They come from single parent families. They come from maybe having a parent incarcerated, having a parent that might be involved in drugs and alcohol. And so we don't want to add any more stress to their life. And so when we look to match them, we want to make sure that we set that match up for success.
So that person goes through a process and it
goes through the process, goes through an interview. We really want to make sure that when we interview, the interviews are pretty, they're pretty long and they can be intense, but not to the point. We just want to get to know you, and we want to make sure that, like when I went through my interview process, they wanted to know what I could and couldn't deal with. I mean, we have a lot of kids that might just be being raised by a single mom, and she's a great mom. She just needs support. So that would be something that you would just maybe, take the little boy out, or however old he is, and just do things that you guys can get to build a relationship. And but then we also have some kids that are dealing with a little bit more trauma, and we want to make sure, because our volunteers are not trained social workers, so we want to make sure that they are matched with someone that might, like, I know Ramaya's gone through some really tough challenges, and I was willing to take those on. But here's the key, even more so with our program. We match children and mentors, but then there's also a third person in that match, and it's the social worker.
Oh, so there's a professional that has a little bit of knowledge about what is going on. So it helps both parts, right? I would assume.
Exactly. So if I had issues that maybe I just, something came up, in one of our conversations, and I wasn't sure that I knew how to best address it. So I would call my social worker up and talk it through with her. And then she would also call me on a regular basis just to check in. How's the match going? Can I help you with anything? She'd also call Ramaya, and she also calls Ramaya's mom, who is an integral part of our match as well. Yeah. And because I like to call it now 1-to-1 plus, because it's 1-to-1, but there's still other support that people need along the way to make it successul.
So there's a guidance and there's a process. So it's all professionally done, and it creates a bond with someone. I'm just scrolling down below. You can see I'm just putting the website, so you guys can visit the website, which we're going to visit right now. We're going to see that potential person that you have. How can you go through the process? So this is the landing page for Big Brothers Big Sisters. And then if you can donate, by the way, you can donate right there. It's donate today, and there are upper right hand, or you can become a big. And then the website itself is very simple to use, and it will walk you through the mission and the vision and even the process, even clothes donation for pickup. So this is so great. I mean, you guys are set up with all the basics of how to help. All you have to do is be willing to do it. So I see one picture here that caught my attention, is with the Cardinals via Zoom. Because of the pandemic, we have to look for alternatives. So there's via Zoom calls with the Cardinals. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was a fun one because Derek Kennard, I actually first got involved with this agency in 1998, and Derek played with the Cardinals. Derek Kennard played with the Cardinals. He did a great, like a football camp for our kids. And then his son, Devon, went to play for the Cardinals many years later. So this is a great father and son, both football players, both believe in the power of mentoring, and came on and did a great. We had a community dialogue because mentoring is what we do. Mentoring is what we're really good at, but there's so much more involved. I mean, we partner with so many agencies to get the kids what we need. During this pandemic, especially, we have a community navigator position, and she worked so much this year with families to make sure that they had the food that they needed, shelter, a lot of tutoring. So we wanted to make sure our kids, because of course I can tutor Ramaya. Well, maybe not on everything, 12th grade math, you're an engineer, you're an architect.
An architect, so it's like I know when it goes.
Maybe I'll send her to you for those math questions.
Math and geometry. I'm like, give me that.
Well, not me, but we've had a lot of calls for math, and we're a community where we want our families to know that we're here for them, their kids, and we also want our mentors, because a lot of times the families will ask their mentors for things, and that's not their responsibility. We don't want our mentors to take on that burden. So if the mentors call us, then we'll have them connect them to another organization that can help them.
Oh, so then it's just like there is a specific mission here, and that's where you stay within those lines.
Right.
Yeah, that's understandable. Now, I know that through the pandemic, like I said at the beginning with opening remarks, it's been quite difficult for all of us to go through all this and understand and learn what's going on and how can we face all this. I mean, we don't even know. Sorry about that. We don't even know how are we dealing with our own emotions. I can imagine trying to help someone and trying to help, through the process, or the foundation itself trying to help itself to survive, because this is all volunteering. So tell me like one or two ways that you guys have navigated and one or two ways that we can help you.
No, thank you. Well, it's been a tough year for all of us, and thank God my staff was amazing, and we pivoted. As soon as we were told to start working from home, we went virtually almost immediately. And then we sent out information to our volunteers, to our kids, and we looked for ways. We connected everyone, gave them the opportunity to we knew our kids needed us more now than ever. And so our volunteers, they were so creative, and we had volunteers dropping off cooking supplies at their littles' doors, and then they do a Zoom cooking class, or they would, play a game virtually, or they'd watch the same TV show together. I mean, it was really incredible to see how they all, just looked for different and creative ways to meet. And what was really so amazing to see is we barely had any of our matches close, which wouldn't have been surprising. I mean, families were dealing with all of their own things. But you know what? We got volunteers still signing up during the pandemic and realizing that our kids are, adults. We all struggled as adults, where our kids were struggling maybe even more so. They were seeing the adults around them feeling anxious, and they were feeling anxious, and they were all trying to, go to school and try to figure out the virtual world themselves, and, seeing their teachers try to figure that out. So, the community navigator was one really big way that we were able to help during the pandemic, keeping our matches together, and really the volunteers still stepping up and wanting to help during all of this. And really our community. This community, just when I talk about it, even when I was listening to you talk about it, and we are so lucky to have you as a champion for our agency and our mission. You took our gala to a whole new level, and just the passion and the compassion that you and Gary feel for the kids in our program and all that you do for us. I mean, our community stepped up in a huge way and offered, the foundations. We got a lot of COVID relief. Valley of the Sun United Way, they stepped up in a huge way, and everyone reached out to make sure that we were doing okay and we were able to take care of our kids.
So thank you to the staff, thank you to the community. And I always say it's all a community work. It has to be all of us together. It needs to have all of us in one bucket, because what happens to me affects you, what happens to the other person affects the other one, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So I thank you so much for your time. I just want to put you on quick hold because I just want to talk to one of your team members to walk us through what happened through all the pandemic. So I'm going to put you on hold. I'll be right back with you. So we want to know from the person that basically goes and knocks on doors and get like, knock, knock, knock. I want your money. I need your help. You can help me. This is the Vice President of Development and Marketing, Jessica Whitney. So hello, Jessica. How are you?
Hello, Oscar. I'm great. This is so fun.
It is. So before we start the conversation, I just want to mention that people can send a shout out, which I would love for people to send shout outs here. We will read them. Or if they have any questions, there is a little section on the box that we can ask questions. So tell me about working with Big Brothers Big Sisters through all these process of the pandemic. I know you've been with them for a while. How was the pivot? How difficult or how challenging it was?
Well, I'm so glad Laura talked a lot about how our bigs were able to pivot. I'm not going to lie, it has been a hard fundraising year for sure. Yeah. I've been a fundraiser for most of my career and have never really experienced something like this. But our donors have just really come through. Like, they care about our mission just like us, and they want us to be really successful. So I'll make the calls that I'm supposed to make. And, it's a little awkward right now.
You have one champion, and he's Paul. Paul does he's
amazing. Yeah.
Wonderful car wash, and he puts all the effort on that. So how was the last year? I just, didn't even know if it happened or what happened.
Yeah, so it was really fun. Usually we're live at Desert Ridge. This year we pivoted and we did a different superstar car wash every day. And we still did live shots, but it wasn't with, we didn't bring out a group of volunteers to wash the cars because that wouldn't be very socially distanced friendly. So, we sent the cars through the car wash and people could just make donations that way. And we still had a really great time and we still raised a lot of money. We actually exceeded our goal for the year with car wash. So that was super exciting. And, we do what we can. We're a creative bunch and we'll just keep moving.
So through all these process of creating the events and creating the outreach, we get to the big night out gala. And then you're like, what are we going to do this year?
Yeah.
Tell me about that moment where like, what are we going to do?
I know. And it's, it's so hard when you start to think about what are you going to do for the year in terms of fundraising? Yep. What different fundraising events are you going to lay out? That process for us takes place in April. So the pandemic had just really hit home. Everyone started, staying inside, and we were just like, by February of next year, sure, it'll be gone, and let's just put it down and we were so optimistic, of course, like we're just all very optimistic people. And so we thought for sure by February it would be gone. And, coming up on October or November, we met several times with the committee and we're just like, is this going to work? I don't think this is going to work.
I remember those. I remember those calls. Sorry, I jump in late, but I was checking in because I got sick and all that, all that. But then all of a sudden, like, boom, the idea came through. We're going to do it. We have to do it. We have to jump. and
Yes.
we have to make it happen. So
Right.
the name of the evening is the Big Night Out, and we're going to learn all the details tonight.
Good.
Where, what you can do, where you can go, what is it, and all this from the chairs themselves,
Good.
which I happen to invite today to talk to us. That's a doggy. What kind of doggy is it? Tell
There's
me about
a
the
lot.
dog.
There's several here.
Yep. Well, we have Hugo here, but anyway, so I'm really happy that it's gonna move. You guys are gonna move forward. The funds are needed. You need the support from the community, and I'm sure the community is gonna feel it and give you back emotions and funds to continue on. So I'm going to put you in quick hold because I am going to introduce. There's two couples, so I'm going to introduce the first couple that I haven't met face to face. Isn't this crazy? When was that? Yesterday. Oh yeah, Governor's Arts Awards. We were at Barrio Cafe, and then this guy tells me, "Oh my God, this is the first time that I see you or I meet you face to face in a year." It's crazy.
So crazy.
Crazy. So I'm going to bring the first two co-chairs, husband and wife. I'm going to put you on hold. I'll be right back. And then, but before I do that, I'm just going to run the invitation for the upcoming gala. So check these out.
Hello, my name is Andy Walters. This is my beautiful wife, Amy, and we are very excited to be co-chairing the Big Night Out Gala for Big Brothers Big Sisters here in Arizona. We're going out of our ways to make sure this is going to be a safe and fun event. We're offering a number of different options for people to join the event that's going to be online or in person.
And we've thought about all safety precautions. Don't worry if you can't attend in person. There's many options that you can still give back. You can either just simply do a donation to Big Brothers Big Sisters. We will have an online auction where you can get in on the fun and bid on different items, or you can join the event virtually. We would love to have you participate in any way. At the JW Marriott Camelback Inn, and we're super excited. It's on Friday, April 9th.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here are the Walters. Good evening.
Hi, Oscar.
How you doing, Oscar? Great to be here.
Very good. Thank you, Andy. Oh, it was a wardrobe change. I needed to put some animal print just because, right?
I love it.
There's a gala coming up, and you guys are the co-chairs of the gala. So first and foremost, congratulations. And I know the responsibility. So before we start, I just want to ask, tell me a little bit about yourselves. And first of all, who you are, what do you do, etc. Let's start with Amy.
All right. Amy Walters, the Assistant Vice President of Technology Operations at Cancer Treatment Centers of America. And I'm a big with Big Brothers Big Sisters. So that is, I've been a big for many years for them, and just got a new little this year. And that was why I wanted to be a big part of this organization.
Fantastic. Andy, how about you?
Yes, I have a payments company, so I work with organizations around the United States, helping them to process payments. And we've been here in Arizona for about 9 years and absolutely love it.
Fantastic. How did you guys get in touch? I know, Amy, you just mentioned that you are a big. So tell me about your experience with Big Brothers Big Sisters. Amy, go ahead.
Yeah, several years ago, I wanted to get involved because we love children and we don't have children of our own, and we wanted to give back in any way that we could. And mentorship just in general is a big passion for me. So I signed up for the school program and did that for a long time, where I was going and having lunch with my little. And that school program ended up shifting. And so I was sad. Still miss my little, where are you? But, you know, with this last year and the stress and uncertainty, I found as an adult, I was having a really hard time this year. And I just kept saying, I'm struggling. What about all the children out there? And so I reached out to Laura and I said, I am ready to do this. And I have the most precious little. She's like me, I'm a real dominant field, and she's a gamer. So she plays online games and she kicks all the boys' bushes. She's a rock star. So we have tons in common in male-dominated areas, and we just love getting together. So most recently, I took her to Sedona, and she had never been there before. So I took her hiking for her first time and Sedona for her first time. So
this is great. So you are opening the world to them. You are creating a momentum for them. So who made the call for the first connection to be the co-chair? Who was the first one? It was you, Amy?
They reached out to us. Adrian actually called us, Adrian Jameson, and my heart just exploded when she asked me, because this organization has just had such a special spot in my heart. I went into it thinking, oh, I can give back to these children and how great for them. And what you find out so quickly is that you get just as much out of it, if not more. You have these really precious connections with these children. And when she asked me, I think I screamed, I think I cried. I had like every emotion, just because it's such an amazing organization.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity and the pleasure to chair it, co-chair it once, co-chair it twice, and I know the amount of work that it is to put all this together. So Andy, what was the reaction? Was like, okay, we're gonna co-chair what?
What Amy asked, I was really excited. It's just a wonderful organization, and it does so much for our community, and to help to raise funds for the organization. I was just thrilled to throw my hat in the ring and help. And it's been a wonderful journey thus far, helping to get everything ready and to promote the event. So it's been an absolute blast, and I just love supporting my wife and everything that she does. And we've had a lot of fun with it. We've got to spend some time with our co-chairs and really
we love our co-chairs.
get a chance to get to know them and the leadership of Big Brothers Big Sisters. So it's been wonderful. And also, we had a fabulous time meeting people like yourself, Oscar, and otherwise you might not have had the opportunity. So it's been a blast for us, and for us to open up and be able to give, that's what it's really all about.
So you just mentioned, say what?
It's so neat to be able to do it as a couple too.
Oh yeah, trust me.
The things we love the most, didn't you, Oscar? Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, I was like, did you call? No, you didn't. I told you to call. Did you send the email? No, you did. Did you talk to? No, you didn't. I told you to.
Were you here earlier?
So I know that you guys mentioned co-chairs, and this is great because there's two couples co-chairing this event this year, and it's going to be a virtual like we saw on the video. So I'm going to bring your other two co-chairs, Chris and Kimberly. So this is the invitation from this other wonderful couple that decided to, they said, let's be part of this effort.
Hi, my name's Chris Gimmerin.
And I'm Kimberly Gimmerin.
We're the co-chairs for the Big Brothers Big Sisters
Big Night Out. Be certain that we are keeping your safety at the forefront. We want to make sure that everyone can have a great time and stay safe. So masks will be required. Table sizes are smaller, but it's still going to be a great time. So if you are in town and just not quite ready to get out and about, we have a virtual option for you. If you're out of state and are not able to get to Phoenix, you can attend virtually. This year we have a free virtual ticket. love the theme, Big Night Out in the Wild. I'm super excited for that. Excited to see everyone April 9th.
At the JW Marriott.
Join us.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Chris and Kimberly, I'm going to say this wrong, Guimaraen, is that right? That's how sorry, my pronunciation with my Spanish. Is that correct?
Well, it's close. It's Guimaraen.
Guimaraen. Oops. Okay, there you go. So, welcome. How are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, Oscar, we're wonderful. We're so happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. I just spoke with Andy and Amy, which is the other half of this team to put this together, this big night out. And I just want to know, or we want to know a little bit about yourselves. So Kimberly, go ahead. Tell me a little about yourself and your life.
Well, I'm happily married to this handsome gentleman right here. I'm very blessed. We have 2 kiddos. We have a 12-year-old daughter, 12 going on 20. And a 9-year-old son, which keep us busy, but we're teaching them, and they really like giving back as well. So we feel like that's just a good example and a lifestyle that we like to model for them, is giving back and doing things so they are always part of everything we do.
Fantastic. How about you, Chris?
Yes, well, I'm a CPA. I have a small accounting firm here in town. We specialize in tax and accounting for small business and individuals.
Oh God, we need tax in these days. Trust me. Everyone's like, what happened this year? Like, what happened with 2020? Went away. We didn't know what happened. So how did you get in touch with Big Brothers, Big Sisters?
Well, we were blessed to already know Andy and Amy, and Amy called me up and said, hey. And when she explained that I could do it with this guy and we could do it as a couple and with them as a couple, I was like, okay, you got it.
So this is your first time. This is wonderful. Your first time with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. So far, tell me about the experience. And then when you first got the information, Chris, tell me a little bit about your first face-to-face with the information.
Oh, well, it's all been virtual, so not a whole lot of face-to-face. To go out into the Wildlife Zoo Aquarium last week. That was a lot of fun. We've just been, doing the virtual meetings with everybody, trying to, keep up with everybody and how fast things are moving along.
I know. I can't imagine how is this all like. Are you there? I know exactly how it is through the day. It's just like a carousel. You change screens like other people. It's like a carousel. People coming and out. So one quick question: through the process of making sure that this gala is successful, the moment to make the decision: should we go full in person? Should we go fully virtual? How was that decision-making process?
Well, the group initially decided to have it in February, normally when it was, and then as things progressed and it got closer to that event, it seemed like a good time to back it up a couple months. Primarily because it was for the temperature, so we could have an outdoor event that would help make people a little bit more comfortable instead of being indoors, which right now is still a little bit unknown for people. So it's moving it to an outdoor. Wanted to do it later in the year, so the temperatures were going to be a little bit warmer, and they found the right date and then pushed ahead with that one.
Yeah, I know. I've been in conversation with Jessica, with the entire team. I've been like back and forth because I am part of the committee. Thank you so much for having me as part of your committee. And you guys are doing an incredible job. But this is so funny because now it's 2 couples. So I just want to run a quick video of the 4 of you inviting all of us to what is coming to the gala. And we're going to go into details afterwards of where to buy tickets, et cetera, et cetera. So check this video out.
We're so excited for everyone to join us.
Here at the Wildlife World Zoo and at the gala.
We can't wait.
It's going to be an awesome event. Get your tickets now.
The big night out in the wild.
Woo!
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? It was a lot of fun, you guys. A lot of fun.
So much fun.
That was the best. So tell me about the experience, Amy. How was the experience going to the zoo?
Oh my gosh. Well, the whole ride home, I am trying to convince him that we need to change our pool into salt water so I can now have a sea lion.
Good one. That's a good one.
Oh, I fell in love. We were so spoiled. We got to go into the sea lion exhibit and give them smooches and hang out with them, and they were adorable.
So I know that there are big plans for all these because we're going virtual. So either you watch it from home or you can be in person. Are we sold out on in person yet? I don't know. I think this is it. Like kind of a last call. We will get the person. Hold on. I wanted to know. And Jessica knows. Hello. Welcome back. Are you on? Your microphone is off, but you are on right now. The doggies, I love them.
They're all on.
So sorry.
So are we sold out?
Wild.
In person?
Minimal tickets left in person. The rest will be virtual.
The rest will be virtual. And virtual will be how many tickets virtual are we going to have?
Unlimited. The sky's the limit. People can come from all over the United States. I mean, further if you wanted to. That's what's so exciting about this hybrid model is that people that we couldn't include before can now be included.
So I know that there are big plans here tonight. And one of them, I know there's a silent auction and a live auction. And then, Chris, tell me about the silent auction.
Well, the silent auction, there are just going to be some prizes that have been donated by the partners, such as the Wildlife Museum. And it's a year's membership there.
So then you can go see the sea lions anytime, Amy.
I'm so bidding on that.
And
Chris,
then,
don't be shy. You put in a good auction item, 2 auction items, Chris.
tell me about them. Tell me about the silent auction because I know that it's going to be open the day before. It's going to be open hours before the gala starts, right?
Yes, online they can bid early and often. And I'll be preparing a tax return for an individual and one for a business as part of the silent auction as well.
That's a good one.
Not a bad idea at all. So you can go. I'm running down on the bottom of the page or the bottom of your screen. You can see where is the location, the specific location for Big Night Out Gala, and then you can go to the page and you can see all the details for the gala. And you can purchase. You can RSVP here. There's a button there, and then we want to say thank you to Alliance Bank, Eddie Bailey, Fry's, etc., all the sponsors that either come back or are new to this event. And tell me about the virtual portion of all these. Jessica, can you walk us through a little bit? How do I log in? What to expect? Let me just click here on RSVP. So here we are. Oh, there it is. Friday, April 9th, 2021 at the JW Marriott, which we saw. Okay, perfect. Tell me a little bit about the virtual portion.
Okay, I'm really excited about the virtual portion just because of the reasons I just said. Like we can include anyone from anywhere. I think it's so exciting. But we do want you to RSVP, and this is why. For local people that live in the greater Phoenix area, we are doing 5 surprise packages courtesy of Tito's Handmade Vodka. So we will show up at your door that night, like maybe 45 minutes before the show starts. Surprise!
Wow.
Here's some Tito's vodka, here's like, a really fun mixer and that kind of thing. So you want to RSVP ahead of time. That's super important. And then, of course, it gives you access to the online auction that Chris was talking about. We have, I think, 45 amazing packages right now. I'm hoping that by the time we launch, we'll be more like 55, 60. I mean, the community has really been so generous. We're so excited about some of these things. Amy was able to procure this amazing Blackwater pearl necklace. It's so beautiful. We're so excited. There's so many different things. And then we have, of course, our live auction, which all of our virtual guests can take part in. It includes an amazing travel package that Kimberly was able to procure. And then there's also an amazing men's watch. Oscar, I have my eye on you for this men's watch from Al Molina. It's super exciting, very exclusive.
Thank you for everything.
Oh, it's going to be a really good time. And we have so many amazing stories, packaged up and ready to go. We just can't wait to share it with our community.
So I'm going to bring our president CEO because I have one quick question. Now we go to all day. So let's bring her back. Laura Capello, thank you for sticking with us.
I was feeling so left out.
No. This is a party for everybody.
And I just have to say, when I saw Amy kissing that seal, I was not happy. I'm like, what? I texted Jessica and I'm like, why was I not there? You're my spirit animal, Amy.
This is so funny. So, Laura, tell me. Oh, yeah. Okay. So then there's going to be the kissing line for the sea lion. How about that? That's going to be one of the things that we're going to do. So, Laura, tell me about that decision that I just asked Chris, which talk to us about making the decision. But this is, I bet, your first virtual gala because you do a lot of the gala are unpresent. So then tell me about the switch, the change.
Oh, boy. Well, have I mentioned how stressful this year has been? And, we just want the biggest stressor I had about deciding, what to do at this event. Of course, we wanted to have at least part of it in person. But we also wanted to make sure that the community knows that, we wanted to do the right thing. And that's what we were always struggling with. And we were so glad. We knew in February that we probably couldn't do a hybrid, and we were able to push it back a couple of months. And I've been keeping track of the numbers. I've been talking to community leaders because we just want to make sure, first and foremost, that our guests know that we take the health of our community very seriously. And we wanted to make sure that everyone felt comfortable with that. And it was something we talked to our board about. And we definitely wouldn't have felt at all comfortable doing anything in February. And now I have to say, I'm really kind of happy that as far as I know, we're like the second hybrid event. I know our friends at Make-A-Wish did their first hybrid event. So I was, and I'm very good friends and love that organization. And I was like, oh, yay. Oh, yay.
And it was successful, by the way.
It was very successful. And I'm just excited to put on some high heels. I mean, literally, this will be, I got to get with Amy to make sure, like, I got to get her glam squad because I literally have been in sweats in front of my computer for, like the rest of the world. And then, every once in a while I'll go to the office, but there's no one there. So I wear flats. So I got to start walking in my heels and practicing again. And it's just exciting. And I really think Jessica and her team and the committee, everybody all involved really took, they were really great in making sure that this was a fun and safe event. And, and people that really don't feel comfortable can still have a great time. I've done many virtual events at home. And, you don't have to drive home after drinking a few bottles of wine, So, I mean, just one glass of wine. That's what I meant. Just one glass of wine.
This is really funny. So I know that we're going to start at 5:30 p.m. On Friday, April 9th. I'm going to run again in the page so you guys can go visit the website itself to RSVP. So it is. It is. Let me see down here. It is Big Brothers, bbaz.org, Big Night Out Gala. And then you go to the right here, RSVP page. This is the landing page for it. This is the RSVP. There is a note here, which I think is fantastic. You guys put the note for the safety considerations, which we all know that what we're going through, we're trying to get out of the pandemic, but health of the guests is quite important. And by the way, that little leopard print is this leopard print. But anyway, so so I just want to mention that. And then you do RSVP, and then it takes you to this page. So I heard on one of the videos, Andy, that we're going to have very special guests coming into the live portion of it. Tell me about it.
We are going to have some wild guests at the event. So attendees will have the opportunity to meet a ball python and a 1.5-foot baby alligator. So if you can attend in person, try. If not, you'll be able to see them on, virtually, is obviously. But it's going to be really neat. They're going to have some awesome creatures there for everybody to get a chance to play with.
I'm not going to kiss the python for sure. I tell you that right now. No kissing python.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, a little too much. But we are missing Adrian Jameson, who is, I'm sure, clicking and typing away, trying to get these out to the rest of the world so we can gather momentum for this event. But we're also missing the chair of Big Brothers Big Sisters board. And then I do know Teresa closely, but I just don't want to end the show, which are coming to an end pretty quick, without listening her what do you say here? This is her ad, let's say. This is her TV ad, what she has to say about this great event. Let's see it.
Hello, my name is Teresa Strunk, and I'm the current board chair for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Arizona. I'd like to invite you out to our annual gala, April 9th, 2021 at the Camelback Inn, or virtually in your living room. We have a hybrid event this year, and it's going to be fantastic. We're going to have great stories, some endearing, emotional stories from our matches, and a few laughs along the way. Please reach out to get more information on sponsorship opportunities, table, and individual ticket sales. We hope to see you there.
So that was Trump. She's amazing. I love her. She's incredibly, what a force. What a force. Any message from Laura that you want to say? We're coming to an end, so I just want to go one on each one of my screen here. The Squares. What was the name of that show?
Hollywood. Brady Bunch, Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares, because you are all stars to me. So I'm gonna go one by one. I see your daughter in the background, Jessica. What is she doing?
I know. I'm sorry. I've got kids. I've got dogs. Everyone's
this is
all
great.
over the
I love it. This is from my home to your home. So Laura, go ahead.
I almost grabbed my turtle just to see Amy squeal. Amy, I have a tortoise. All right. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody for, everything they've done. You guys have all been amazing. I know you've all had your own struggles this year. So, I'm just so proud to be a part of this amazing community. And And you know, I'm just really looking forward to a great event, raise a lot of awareness, and hopefully a lot of money. So just really excited.
Thank you so much. How about you, Jessica?
I just think it's going to be a great event, and you will miss out if you don't join. Either come in person, the few tickets that we have left online, go ahead and register tonight, or join us virtually, because it really is going to be just an awesome showing of amazing mentors. We're going to be showcasing our bigs of the year, and you do not want to miss this event.
Fantastic. How about you, Chris and Kimberly? Your message to like sell it out, get people like to get ready.
Well, any chance to put on some animal print, come on, you guys, and to do a great cause. You know, it's a win-win. You can help raise money for such a great cause, help these children get experiences that they would never have, and things put into their lives that they may never experience.
Fantastic. How about you, Chris?
Hey, it's time to start getting back out in front of people, and you know, it's all for a great cause.
Fantastic. How about you, Andy?
It's going to be an amazing event. We're going to have some wild creatures there. We're going to have a bunch of great people and little incredible food, drink, and we're just going to have so much fun. We are so excited. So either be there in person or log in virtually and take part in this special event.
Fantastic. Amy, to close.
If you want to see something hilarious, you'll want to see me around that ball python or that alligator. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be losing my mind. So if you want to come in person and experience that, it'll be great. But more importantly, I'm so excited to raise funds for this organization that's life-changing for littles and for the bigs.
Fantastic. Thank you so much to all of you for tuning in tonight. This is an incredible event, an incredible foundation to help, an organization that helps so many. Thank you, Jessica, for hard work. Thank you, Laura Capello, for always go 110% and more. Thank you, Chris and Kimberly. Thank you, Andy and Amy, for creating this wonderful event. So before we close and before we go sleep for a Sunday evening, I want to show you and share with you this incredible video that narrates the story why this nonprofit organization is so important and so impactful. Please watch.
When I first got the call from Big Brothers Big Sisters, they told me that they had a match, and there was a young 8-year-old kid by the name of Jesus.
I was 8 and I was just struggling to have like a mentor, like another older man in my life to help me out, because I didn't grow up with a dad. So my tias and my tios and my grandma, they raised me. I was inside and out of nowhere, the cops just bust in the house, just kicked down the door, boom, out of nowhere. Before I can even think, I already see my little sister getting scooped up, going already into a cop car. As I was getting taken away, I was holding my mom in my arms. I was just trying to hold her. I got taken away from my family, knowing that I never got to say goodbye to any of my family members I grew up with. For about a few months, I've been just going from house to house. If I kept acting up in the homes I was in, they was gonna take me and my sisters away and put us all in separate group homes. I pulled up to a building and I seen Steve in the corner of my eye. My mom was like, "That's gonna be your big brother right here. He's gonna help you out, just give you like pointers, you know." I walked in and I met Steve and I was like, he looks like a cool dude. He looks like he knows what he's doing in this world.
When I first sat there and saw you walk in, I said, "Wow, look at his smile." He had these big eyes, big smile. He looked like he was on top of the world.
So for me, it was very hard to open up. But I was like, I'm gonna give Steve a shot. And that's when I was like, you know how to play Pokemon? You know, I opened up the cards. I taught him how to play cards with the Pokemon. From that day on, it was a bond, man. Steve, you're an amazing man. Like, it's crazy. Like, I look at you like a brother, like a father, you know? Yeah, you're just an amazing man. Like I look up to you every day. since I first met you. When I was a little man, even knowing now, like if I want to be a man, like I look up to you. All the advice you ever given me, all the events, you know, you're just an amazing person. I'm very glad and blessed to have you in my life.
If it wasn't for Big Brothers Big Sisters, I would have never gotten a chance to meet this guy. We would never been able to hang out over the last 8 years. To be able to see him grow as a young man to a person he is now. And I sit here and I think about the thousands of Jesuses that are throughout the valley that are just looking for an opportunity to hang out and have someone in their lives. Thank you, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, for giving us the opportunity to meet, be together for the last 8 years. We have learned together. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to be together.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Without you guys, I would not be the man I am today. I would not have any type of hope or dreams without Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So I'd like to thank you guys very much. To anybody who will help contribute into Big Brother Sisters, you are going to make a difference. They're going to make a difference. There's other kids like me that just need that extra somebody in their life just to feel normal, just to feel like they can open up and talk to somebody. It's going to change lives, for sure. It's going to change lives.
I'm not crying, you are. So that's the impact of this wonderful organization. So I urge you to give a hand to this organization, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Central Arizona, that helps to create citizens and humans that know the value of helping another human. So this is it for today. Next week, next Sunday is Easter, and I will be having dinner, Easter dinner, so won't be on. Perhaps, I don't know. We'll figure out. Perhaps I have an open mic night. I don't know. But after that, I will publish who will be my next guests. So thank you so much for tuning in. From the bottom of my heart, please stay safe. Be kind to each other. Someone else says that, but it's absolutely true these days. And hopefully you get vaccinated so you can help us, all of us, to get out of this craziness. So until next edition of Oscar Talk, this is Oscar. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.